Sorry about that. I just had all types of really crazy stuff going on before, so that's why I was running late. So apologies for that. Anyway, what's going on? K-Maker 405 coming to you live from the 405. Just want to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, so I do want to talk about some games, but I know we got to talk about and address this craziness that's been going around with the rumor that Xbox is going to cancel the new Xbox. So as usual, I wait a few days. I don't want to be the first one to drop news. You just don't know when you're going to look like a fool or you're going to look like a hero. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to mostly look like a fool jumping out. And especially if you're going to be aggressive and messy and everything else, you just never know, right? You just never know. So with this whole situation, I get it. Moves of how Xbox has been, especially like last year, when Phil Spencer and them, they had that little kind of that 4 team thing and the 3-4 team thing, talking about like it's only going to be 4 games, and then everybody kind of knew the writing was on the wall. We still gave them the benefit of the doubt. We knew that there was going to be more than 4 games, but we didn't know if it was going to be just like certain games that were already on other platforms before. Was it going to be the whole slate, whatever? And most of us thought about it like, no, they shouldn't do that in the first place. And then you heard about Project Latitude, which was them just going nuclear and just saying, forget it. We'll just put anything and everything on everything, whatever. Right. So, and then that happened. And so then they come out like like 6 months later, less than 6 months later, and then Phil comes in, he completely changes up and all that. So I get where people can be reluctant on what Microsoft is saying, what Team Xbox is saying, but I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt, just like I would for any other company. If the company is going to see if they're quiet and not saying nothing, then that's completely different. But if Nintendo said something and Nintendo came out and they said that this is what's going to be, then we got to take that. They're the company. They're the ones that knows what they're going to do. Same with PlayStation. If PlayStation says, oh, we're not going to do that. And again, we've been in this situation before with not only PlayStation, but Nintendo as well, where they've said they're going to do something and they pivot more so PlayStation and Xbox more than Nintendo, but still they've all pivoted at some point. So I'm just going to take their word for it. I don't know. I don't care. To be honest with you, I really don't know. I don't really care. The crazy thing about how people have reacted to this has been absolutely insane. I've already said this before, that even if they do come out with this next console, it will be the last Xbox console. And I do feel like PlayStation ain't gonna be too far behind after they drop the PlayStation 6. You might get a PlayStation 7, but I doubt it. I just think that that's the way to go. The only one that will make consoles will be Nintendo, and that's just because they've always gone their own way. So that's just how that works. But anyway, I don't know. My whole thing about it is when I first seen there was from that leaker from this supposed to be reparable. I never heard of them. If I see some leaks or something like that, I don't know if they're reparable or if they're not or whatever. I just read the leaks and just go from there. Pretty much have a good track record. Seems to be pretty honest about when they're leaking stuff. So yeah, that seemed, that had Xbox DMs wigging out. And then it came and leaked, of course, out there into the ether and got into the gaming space. And then there you go. So you just never know. You never know what's going on. What's going on with you, Stanley? What's happening with you? What's happening with you? Did you catch the email story today? Yes, I did. I'm going to talk about that as well. and it's kind of funny with that, but I'm gonna still stay with what I'm saying. Oh, by the way, if you not noticing what this game is in the background, this is it's a new fighter that just it's released on PC for right now. I think it's kind of like, still like in beta. It's about to release on everything here pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be here in another month or so, or early next year or what. Anyway, but it's out. It's available to play on PC. Just to try it out, you would have to go to it's the name of the game is called 2K, oh no, 2XKO. It's called 2XKO, and you would have to go to 2XKO play play game, I think it is, or play.com. Yeah, it's a 2K, it's 2XKO play.com, and then you'll take you there, and then you would have to sign up to Riot Games, and if you haven't signed up for them and all that other stuff, and then you have to go and then you jump in there. It's a free to play game. It's got that same kind of vibe like Killer Instinct, how that dropped, and kind of like what some other fighters have done after that. But yeah, it's awesome. This game is, I was not expecting this game to be this good. I was not. I am thoroughly impressed. This is definitely going to be in the Fight Night rotation for sure. Graphics are beautiful. Controls are insane. You'll see me, I'm going through the just training mode, but you'll see me play some online matches. I thought I was going to get real cooked, but I actually was holding my own. So yeah, so enjoy that. But anyway, but back to the Xbox situation. So again, I don't know. Tom Warren says it's legit. Sadly, seems to be possible exchange rate thing. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that here after I get talking about these rumors about the canceled Xbox. I think that I don't think that the Xbox is going to get canceled. If it does, like I said, I don't care either way. I mean, at this point, it's whatever Xbox planning on doing is what they're going to do. Like I said, I'm on Team Xbox until the wheels fall off. That's just me. Until the ships, I'm that gif that shows from dude from Pirates of the Caribbean. He's going down with his ship. That is me. I'm going down with the ship. I don't want to be on no PlayStation as my primary console anymore. I've been there, done that. Nintendo damn sure ain't gonna be my primary console. I've been there, I've done that. I like the Xbox infrastructure, how all that works. That's my biggest game library. I'm fine right there. And if everything is integrated into PC, I'm already cool with that because I'm already there. So it is what it is. But if they say they're gonna bring it, then we'll see, and I'm excited for it. I'll be really excited for it. So because I'll get it, and that's about it. And so that's just my stance on it. I think all this other crazy stuff where I seen Tim Dog and Parrish going back at one another. That's so silly. Listen, I've spoken with Parrish a few times on a couple of podcasts. I believe at E3. We've chopped it up a little bit, but just briefly. I don't know Parrish that well or whatever. He seems like a cool dude, but don't know him really well. But I do know Tim Dog. You know what I'm saying? Me and Tim Dog broke bread. Like when we went to E3, he introduced me to a whole bunch of people. Matter of fact, he was the one that introduced me to Phil. And Phil was like, yeah, I know who you are and all that stuff. And I've told that story a million times and all that. And so Tim Dog is my bro. I mean, even though I feel like when he's done on that trying to be a wrestling heel dumb shit by switching over to PlayStation and all that, I thought that was silly as hell. But I left Tim alone. I ain't, and I don't deal with crap or mooch or anything like that. Like I said, I got love for those guys. I do, but I'm not parading with the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And even for the back and forth with me and Next Gen, I respect and love the fact not love the fact, but was honored of the fact of being asked to be a member of the BGST, which was the biggest Xbox podcast at the time. Like that was crazy. So, so no, I won't ever let that be taken away because of the back and forth of what me and Next Gen went through back in 2017, 2018, which was silly as hell. But other than that, like, no, I got love for all those guys. So it's just in that sense of, what I'm saying, of like, I'm not going to talk down on nobody unless I'm talking to them to their face if I got something to say. But it's stupid. This whole thing has gotten real stupid because there's so much misinformation that's going out there. And if Tim Dog is right saying that the wheels is going to fall off, I mean, he brought up a reference saying that, it was kind of like the Scalebound thing. That was devastating. So we'll see. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, I know on other ends from other people that I talked to, Tim Dog ain't when he got in the doghouse, he was in the doghouse. So I have no idea. I don't care. I really don't. I am so far removed from that bullshit drama. And so however that it plays out, it plays out. I'm gaming, as you see my gameplay. I care about that. I've gotten into I'll jump in some parties and stuff like that, but if I hear somebody bitching and complaining all the time about something, I'm out, guys. It was good talking to you, whatever. For the most part, I've kind of gotten into my PlayStation mode. Like I just game on myself, play online, sit here and just do my thing, or have the homies come through and do. I've kind of gotten into that mode again. Like it's just because there's so much of this jabbering from people. It's not about what it used to be. And maybe it never was. I don't know. I mean, the gaming aspect of it is what I've loved about it. That's why I got into it. But then when it gets into all that chirping behind the scenes, behind the back, and then when people see people in person and all that, and they act completely different, all buddy, chum, that's some broad shit, and I can't do that. That's never been me. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I don't care if you like me or not. So I just kind of avoid the whole shit. So I just look at it from the standpoint of just the gaming aspect of it. Listen, I don't know what the direction of Xbox is going. And if it's in the sense of, we know the approach of they're getting away from the console space. I feel that they're going to bring this last console. It's going to be something completely different. Will they be? Will they challenge for having a cheaper console? I doubt it. There's some people that's arguing with me and saying, yeah, they're going to be competitive. I don't think I think they're done with the competitive trying to keep up with shit, because with the Series X and S, they listened to what a lot of people asked for and they delivered. That the stands can sit here, and the opposers of consoles, the haters of consoles or whatever, can say whatever about the Series X or the Series S all they want to. That console is capable. It's amazing. Both of them are. Think about what the Series S can do right now. Like there's developers right now. And this is the difference between for people that don't pay attention to stuff and just go off of what some of these writers or content creators just say, that's just, like I said, misleading compared to what you see with your own eyes. Why is there not all these third-party games on the Switch 2 yet? They're still trying to develop for it. See, normally you would think that they would say the same thing about the Switch 2, about how and I know it's just one console, right? It's not multiple consoles or whatever, but it was so adamant about, the Series S is so difficult. You don't hear that. And if they're going through this difficulty for a console that can play everything this generation, what do you think that they're probably going through dealing with the Switch? But you don't hear nothing. And that's the type of stuff that I say that's misleading. Just look. Why some of these games are not, like, they're taking forever to get there. Like, we know Street Fighter's coming. They're eventually getting there. But I mean, I'm just talking about like a game like, what's that game called? Hold on. I don't think Borderlands 4 is on there yet, right? Is it? I don't think it is. Is it? I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody talk about the Borderlands 4 on Switch yet. I've heard that it's coming, but I don't know if it's out yet. So if it's out, let me know. But like the Beast, the Dying Light, is that on the Switch too yet? So you know what I'm saying? Still, let's see. It says the chip has to play Xbox. Is that the chip has to play Xbox console games and like the Rogue Ally. The Series S is an amazing machine for a low price, but for $400. Well, no, and that aspect of it, that's ridiculous. It should not be $400. It should be $199 now. But whatever. Like, again, a fail from Microsoft, but the fail from everything, because everything is up. And nothing is going down. It just keeps going up. it's a fail from the gaming industry, especially from the big three. Let's see. Oh, yes. I seen that. I remember that old video, and I don't know if that's true or not. We remember that was a big thing back in the days. Back. It says it was 2023 terabyte worth 400 now. He's laughing, but yeah, no, I remember that video. I remember that was a big deal back then, where Black Bond sit there and posted a video saying, because there was a rumor that because Tim Dog was out there at Best Buy and he was saying something to somebody. I remember it, but it's like, I mean, Black Bond said a lot of shit about a lot of people. And listen, I don't know. Listen, that whole thing, I mean, is Weapon, I know Weapon Wheel's still around, right? But I don't know if it's the same members. I don't pay attention to the podcast anymore, but I don't know. And I don't know. Listen, like I said, I'm so removed of it from it, bro. It's like, that's what I'm saying. We are all grown men here. It's no, no. Anyway, but I remember that. I remember that video. I remember that going around, and a lot of the PlayStation stands were going crazy about it and jumping on Tim Dog and all this stuff. But see, again, when Tim Dog was over here being pro PlayStation, then it's all love. It's this, that. That's what I'm saying. Like, this shit is so ridiculous. It's so maddening. Like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing on everything and enjoying PlayStation or Nintendo games, because I do. And it's okay if you sit there, you know, because I've bought everything as well. But then I've just come to the conclusion of like, yeah. I just like where I'm being now, man. I'm turning into old man low. I'm turning into the old man on the porch. I'm so done with this crazy shit, with all this back and forth. The people can make the biggest complaints about everything, but then they contradict themselves by everything else. It is maddening. Yeah, but again, I'm not trying to tell anybody. I'm going to get to the Game Pass stuff here in a second. But I just think that if the console doesn't come out, okay, then basically after they've reclarified, right? That Xbox reclarified, said the console is coming. Like, they came out within 24 hours or so and said that the console's coming yesterday or whatever. After the rumor just started festering over online during the weekend because of the leaker. So, and I mean, you would probably see more stuff going on to give an indication that they're not going to be working on their console. But anyway, and then I know that there was somebody that wrote something or posted something that was an absolute lie. They had to do something with the with NVIDIA or with AMD with the chipsets or something like that. I don't know, but it come to be false. Like I said, there's just too much misinformation, too many. There's misinformation and then there's lies all together. And then you just got people that want to capitalize on it. They want to monetize it. And it's a hot story in the gaming space. And so therefore, and Xbox is always a hot story when Xbox is doing dumb shit. It is it. Because they can keep the heat off of them for what they enjoy, from what they enjoy, like from Nintendo and from PlayStation when they do dumb shit. But then they're like, no, let's talk about Xbox. Let's talk about that. And again, Xbox does it to themselves. So anyway, it said doing great. I have some spare time for some Xbox gaming. Yeah, man. I like I said, if you want to know, if you're just new joining, thank you guys for coming through. Share this out. Let people know that I'm live. That I'm going live. I'm doing it live, and then this beautiful fighter in the background, brand new. It's only on PC for right now. It's going to be on everything. This is definitely going to be a fight night. And as you see, I got a puppy. I found a puppy. And if anybody that watches me on Fight Night, and I haven't played Killer Instinct in a while. I need to jump back and play some Killer Instinct. My favorite character in Killer Instinct is Saberwolf, and I call him my puppy. And so now I see this game got a puppy, and I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I got another puppy, big red mean ass puppy, and I'm gonna master him. I'm gonna master him. And this game has some Killer Instinct. As you can see, some also some Marvel vs. Capcom vibes. It's more it plays with the switching and everything. It plays like the last Marvel vs. Capcom, which wasn't that had a really good fighting loop. The controls on that Marvel vs. Capcom was really good, but graphically it was just awful. And the DLC was kind of lackluster as well. But yeah, this game is dope. Oh my god! And it's called 2XKO. Dope. It is dope. As you can see, it's beautiful too. Anyway, Orchid. What's going on with you, Shane G? You know what I'm saying? What's up, Rain? I'm saying, of course, Big Bang Mode, right? Raichi. You know what I'm saying? Let's thank you guys for coming through. But anyway, so can I trust Xbox anymore when it comes to what they say they're going to deliver? No, I can't because they pivot too much. I mean, again, am I going anywhere? I'm not. Like I said, I'm riding the ship till the ship is done. But I don't feel. But like I said, I feel that the new console is going to come. I do. I don't see why they've been working on it for this long. That's a lot of wasted money. And potentially, and you're going to have people buy the console. I mean, it'll still gather around 30 million buyers regardless. But I mean, of course, we also got to see how much it's going to cost. And like I said, I think this thing is going to be stupid expensive. I would hope not, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And one thing too is that that I'll address is that there's going to be a lot if they announce the new console like at the VGAs or sometime here within the next 6 months or so, there's going to be a lot of people looking like complete idiots. There's going to be a lot of people eating a lot of crow, and they're not. And the sad thing about it, there'll be some that'll come out and say, "Oh man, I'll take my L," but there'll be so many that's not. And that's even in the Xbox community, like going crazy over it. Let them come and say what's going to happen because they will eventually. They all do. When PlayStation said that they had to do the things that they had to do and pivot, they had to let you know one way or another. And so Xbox is going to let us know. And at that point, if people want to go crazy and say this, that, and the third, that's fine. But if they don't, if they do bring out the console, then yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. He says, I trust Xbox things change. Yes, he says, I trust Xbox to do something huge every 3 months. I expect Xbox to do something massively great, and then like 3 months later, you're right. They're gonna step on the rake and do something completely asinine. It is what they do. It is what they do. But again, if the series consoles is the last consoles for Xbox, I got all the consoles from Xbox. I got 20 years of greatness at my disposal. I have the OG. I have the 360. I have the Xbox One. I have the Xbox One X. I have the I have the Series S. I have the Series X. I'm good. And then so now, you know what I'm saying? Now only thing Xbox needs to do, whatever regardless, let's get some more of that backwards compatible cooking. We need some more of those beyond of just Activision games. We need more backwards compatibility open, since if you're going to be just kind of like an open platform that's kind of like a PC, I mean just like on everything, and you really want to have other companies work and make a so-called Xbox, because I think that's a part of this is where Xbox is, when they say everything's an Xbox, I think that's another step into their direction. That's why I'm saying that they will do this last Xbox under their brand, and then let others while they're fading out this last Xbox coming up, and then boom. uh, you'll start having like, kind of like with the Rogue Ally, you having different versions from different companies that will make maybe a console type of thing, and then sell it under the Xbox logo. Kind of like the Rogue Ally. I think that that's the future, and that might be something. If this whole thing where this insider said that Xbox is canceling their Xbox, so maybe they might have decided to scrap the plan to do a traditional Xbox console like they have been, and maybe work and partner with other companies to do that. That might be something to that, because that could be something. I don't know. I just don't. Like I said, we'll find out. We'll find out. It is. To me, it's not that stressful. It isn't. Because if they told me that PlayStation was about to be done and PlayStation was going to do something like that, then I'm like, there's still PlayStations available, right? That there'll still be a PlayStation available. It just wasn't be traditionally from Sony like they used to, but they're still offering, they're still pumping out software, and they're still doing something like that, which eventually they will, that's what they will do. I really don't see a PlayStation 7. I don't. I think that, because look, think about it. This next generation should be a very long one. This one is what, 5 years going on 6, maybe 7. Then we might be looking at as long, and that's why I thought this generation was going to be a long one. But it's due to have a long generation, kind of like what the PlayStation 3 and the 360 was. Well, we're talking about close to 10 years. So if not at 10 years, because the pricing, technology, we don't know how things are going to be played out at that time. A lot of us is going to be a lot older at that point. There's going to be a lot of people that, and our kids going to be even caring about a console. They don't care about the console to that degree now. Just look at the polling when it comes to younger adults, or teenagers to younger adults, where they're not buying consoles like that, like we did. Like the people who are buying the consoles and still have love for the consoles are people that are, in some cases, grandparents. You see what I'm saying? Like, so when people keep on trying to sit here, it's like, oh, you're 50. Yeah, okay, I am. Oh, you look at this old guy, and you're 30. Okay, so you're 30, maybe you're 30, and you over here act like you got kids. Maybe you over here you got adult responsibilities. So don't worry about me being 50 or 40, 44 or 45 or whatever, or 60. Worry about your responsibilities. That's what you need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. There's the console to me is, because when you look, okay, so like how PC has gotten so far ahead of consoles, it used to be where they used to be kind of close. And maybe at one point that the consoles were better than what PC was dropping out, and then PCs kicked it up, did better, and then they're light years ahead from the consoles. They can't keep up with that, because eventually there will be people that's going to want. See, there's a lot of PlayStation gamers out there that has not played a PlayStation game on a high end PC. Once they do, that's changing the game, Jack. Like if they loving what they seeing on the PlayStation Pro, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for Ghosts of Yotai to drop on PC. I can't wait to see that buttery smooth 100 and some frame. I'm going to max it out, so it'll probably be around. I like my games to be maxed out to be around 70 to 90 frames, and I'm cool with that. I don't care about it being 100 and some frames, unless it's something else, but or unless the game is optimized that great to where it can be that. But anyway, different. It just hits different. Like, I'm still thinking. I'm going to go back and try to play the first Last of Us again, because I did start it and I'm like, oh my god, this game is insane looking on my PC. Oh my god. So that's the difference, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, and again, I'm not trying to dog out anybody on saying like, because when I play a game, I still play games on my Xbox. I still play games. I don't play my games on my PlayStation anymore, but unless it's a fighter or something that I haven't played in a long time or whatever. But single player game, no, I just wait till they come to PC or I've already got the game on my PC. So, but yeah, I know that games look great on console, but you do notice the difference if you have a higher tier PC that's outperforming what the consoles are doing. It's just insane, and it's crazy because the leaps. What's the next leap for the next entry for these graphics cards, and how far are these next consoles are going to be? How are, like I'm saying, like if you're going to ask for a major price, then it has to be a 4070, or I guess what we talking about 5060 or something like that. I'm thinking more of in the realms of a 4070 or something like that, and that's going to be pricey. That's going to be pricey. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, we'll see how this all plays out. We'll see how this all plays out. Big Memo says, I don't know. I haven't been to my Costco, but have you seen the I was feeling so-called discounts they've had at Sam's Club? No, I haven't. Man, when my wife and people go shopping, I stay out of that because I don't mind going shopping at Sam's and Costco because I love those type of places. But man, women don't be bullshitting, man. They ain't in and out, man. I'm in and out. I'll go in there and I'll do a little look. If I see some stuff I like, I'll look at it like, oh, that's cool. Look at the price. Okay, if I want it, then if I want it, but I can't afford it at this point in time, I was like, okay, I'm going. Let's get our stuff. Let's go. No, they want to go through every aisle, all the racks, check through stuff, look at stuff they don't even care about. Like the times that I go, like, what are you doing looking at a toaster oven something? We got those. What are you looking at another Ninja for, man? You got like 7 of them bitches. What are you looking at them for? Why? Well, this is new. This does extra crispy on something. I don't. What? I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm in. I go to the store. I'm in. I'm out. Boom. Hit the block. Hit the block. I can't. So no, I haven't been in Sam's because they just came from Sam's the other day, and yeah. No, I like going to Sam's. I like going to Costco. I like Costco better since I've I like Costco better. But Sam's has some things that Costco don't, and vice versa. So I do like them both. But I've since I've been going into Costco, I do like Costco a little bit better, but not like overly better. But I do like it better. But yeah, no, they like when women go shopping, they go shopping. I ain't in there for all that. I'm not in there for all that. So no, I have not seen any sales of any kind. I know that I've seen the Costco thing where they said they pulled the 360s. I mean, the Xboxes, the Series X consoles. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, if they're not selling, then no, it don't make any sense. You would think Xbox would want to be really, really competitive with that. And they're just, like they said, they're just like, no, all this stuff, tariffs and all this crazy stuff is going on. Nope, we ain't losing no more money. That's why I don't think this console is going to be cheap. If they still bring the console, which I feel that they still will, since I'm just going to take their word on what they said. They said it's coming, so it is what it is. Now, to the email stuff. I did see the email, and it's... And I see people in an uprage and a tizzy, and I'm going to have to tell people, you get what you vote for. I mean, people in America, you get what you vote for. The FA is in full effect. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to me that there's people that sit here and tell you got to be picked up by the bootstraps, but damn boy, they love socialist programs to get bailed out, farmers. You need that. You need that little bit of that socialism, don't you? Yeah, that soy ain't selling, huh? But you voted for it. Same thing was happening with the gaming situation because everything has gone up. Tariffs is causing the facts, and these companies are showing you they don't give two damns about any of us. They want our money, and that's it. All of them. All of these gaming companies. They know that. I mean, they were maybe at one point they were trying to say, okay, yeah, let's hold on. Then once it all came about, and they started seeing how much did they have to pay, and then the shipment situation, man, no. And so this goes into the emails about what's going on, because you know why? The regulators out there in Europe don't play that shit. And let me be clear about Lena Khan. I did not like her going after Microsoft over the Activision deal, because my thing was that, okay, I get her whole stance on trying to stop these corporations from merging, because you need competition, and as we are seeing right now, these companies that merge together, they only thing that these that politicians and other people, they could just talk to one person now that has all this that has all these companies and make them all do something, instead of that these companies were all separate. Then you would have other companies that are like, man, I'm not doing that. So I understand the whole big company merger thing, but for the thing of what I was upset about was that with Lena Khan with the Microsoft thing was that, hold up, you don't want this merger. Okay, cool, but why don't you look and see how PlayStation does things? How about you look and see how Nintendo does stuff? I understand they're in Japan, but we're the biggest consumer. The United States is the biggest consumer of those products. So it does affect. So you need to be on them as well. That was my biggest problem. But I've said this, I've been on the record of saying it. I think that she was a good FTC regulator. And I guarantee you, Microsoft wouldn't have raised those prices. That's this whole thing of, like I said, we get what we voted for, or you get what you didn't vote for, whichever one. And here we are. And Europe, they're on some other shit. Like European Commission out there, they're like, you ain't raising those prices. That's against the rules. So those people got those emails. There were weird kind of emails, whatever, but I've gotten those type of weird emails before. But mostly when I get emails, it's through my Xbox, or it's, or I get them, through my Xbox app or something like that. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But again, I can see how Americans can be pissed off about it. But see, this is no different than what happens to the people out there, I guess, in Canada, like the prices that they got to pay for goods, right? So I don't know, man, but this is what we got. Yes, Big Man Mo. They have consumer protection laws. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We believe in capitalism, do we not? So this is capitalism. Listen, the regulator is not going to fight. The regulator, and I said this back then. I said if Trump wins, Trump's going to make sure that there's going to be a regulator that's going to be completely opposite than what Lena Khan was. And if Xbox wanted to go, if Microsoft wanted to go buy whatever, that regulator is not going to stop them here in the U.S. They would have to go through they would have to go through the other regulators in the rest of the world or whatever. So I mean, again, and just according to how big the company is. And so again, so that's where we are. And so when we're looking at this price hike for Game Pass, we would not have gotten that price hike if Lena Khan was still around. So, if anybody wants to say, well, Mega, you were sitting there, I did not like her going after Microsoft the way that she did and not going after everybody else. That has always been my stance. Like, if you're going to check them all, because they all do shady shit, especially Sony, when they sit here and they tell you that, oh, we're going to do this, do that, do the third. And then they flip off and do shit. Not flip off, but they turn around and they do stuff like the stuff with Black Myth Wukong. That's not good business. The stuff that they would do with trying to hold the stuff that they've been holding on with games and trying to decimate companies. And I understand it's business, but you should have been looking at all of it. How Nintendo, it can sue any and everybody. They're trying to get a patent for I forget the word for one of those games. It's a game and it was a word, it was forgot the name of the game, but there was a certain word that Nintendo wanted to patent to, so they could sue you if you use that word. Like they're trying to take a word, and then Nintendo's just sued somebody. What today or not? Or just recently? Now I don't know too much about what it was. Something that had to do with this guy that was on Reddit that was selling some kind of Nintendo stuff. Like people should already know, you don't be messing with Nintendo about that stuff because they're gonna get you, and you ain't gonna have enough money like they do. Their pockets is real deep. That company's been around for a very long time. So yeah, no. so yeah. So again, no. All of it needs to be looked at, but it wasn't. And here this is where we're at. And so so you got options. You can cancel. You can downgrade to the essential or to the premium, or you could be like me and see the value still. And especially now, as this fighting game that you see here, that's a Riot game. And so there's perks from Riot. There's always been like some kind of perks that you would get, but there's going to be more of these perks. And so, hey, you're giving me skins, you're giving me something on top of that. So now I see value. Now, I don't play the little shooter game, and I've never played League of Legends. I know my son loves League of Legends. I mean, it looks pretty cool, but I never played it. But now you got something that I'm interested in, and so that's something I can do. Now I don't play Fortnite like that, but I'm hearing like, oh man, the Fortnite crew stuff is way worth it. So I don't know. So if I start jumping in and playing with people, playing some Fortnite, I mean, listen, I got that there. So like again, I still see value from Game Pass. From the $30 version. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it doesn't kick in until November 4th. And so stack them up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Most people will get paid between now and then. Stack up your Game Pass before November 4th. You know, if and again, like if you don't want it, you don't want it. You do. I do. And I'm going to enjoy it. So that's just the way it is. There's options. So, but yeah, the whole Game Pass thing, and it's dropping the price. And listen, I know that people are really showing their ass because they want Microsoft to bend, and maybe they would. You know what I'm saying? If they do, that's great. That shows good faith to the community. But if they don't, which doesn't seem like they are, I mean, listen, I mean, there was also that the estimate of it for where Microsoft lost, I should say Call of Duty lost what, $300 million or whatever because of revenue. And then I've seen people jumping on all the Game Pass situation, blah, 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 blah. Remember, Call of Duty's not on Nintendo yet. They'll make their money back. And that's also another part of it to why the Call of Duty is jumped up on, you get Call of Duty on the ultimate tier. So, yeah, I mean, so if they saying, okay, we lost 300 million, we're going to have to sit there and we're going to have to recoup some more money. I mean, it's better than them going to raise the price again to games. I mean, that's also going to happen across the industry as well. Like there's not going to be any regulations for nothing. If they want to do it, they will do it. They're just waiting for the right time to do it. And if that's going to be something like Grand Theft Auto to be the first ones to try it, or another big game that comes down the pike, after Grand Theft Auto, to say, go ahead, let's try to do this $80. Because remember, Microsoft already did it. You've seen everybody in the industry start trying to tell gamers that that's what needs to happen because of the budgets in the game. But then yet everybody's going to fire all the mostly human creators and put AI. So how the hell does that make any sense? But hey, you don't have no regulators to do anything to stop this. So this is the future that we have. And if in some indications, if AI doesn't pan out the way it is, then the industry is cooked. So you're going to charge more people. You're giving people bad stories. You know what I'm saying? The game, we're still not getting we're still not getting good, proper, games being properly optimized, or we're still going through the same stuff. Now you're using computers to try to fix it and it ain't working. You don't think consumers is going to start saying, no. So I listen, like I said, that's why I'm sitting here I'm about to pull out the rocking chair and sit on the porch. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I'll be gaming until gaming gets too expensive. If people that's out here screaming that wants Game Pass to go away, and then or they want EA Play to go away, they want Ubisoft, they want all services to go away. Go right ahead. Because they're going to price your ass out too. The people that's in here talking all this shit now, they're going to get priced out. Or they're the same people that only buys a few games per year that's trying to tell everybody else who buys multiple games per year that, oh yeah, no, that's not value. That's not no value for you because you'll get to play old games. What about the new games? You never bring that up. What about the 75 new games that they're going to be bringing up? What about what about the perks? And out of those, and so like I was seeing some people that was saying like, I mean, I only played like 14 games this year from Game Pass. Okay, tally up those 14 games if you didn't have Game Pass. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is, and we know, and as consumers, we know how we are. There's a few of us that wants to venture out and start playing different games. Like, oh, that game looks cool, but 9 times out of 10, we're not. Nah, that's a little bit too rich for my blood. I'll wait for a sale, and then you'll forget about that game until maybe you see it again, and then that studio might be cooked, and the game might be $1.99 to buy, $5.99 to buy, and then once you play it at that point, then you're saying, oh man, this game was dope. Well, you you didn't want to give it a chance, but at least with subscription services, you can give it a chance. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's read some of this. She went to the CMA and the first time. She went to the CMA the first time around and convinced the head of the CMA to the first time to not approve the ABK deal. Yeah, she did. She did. She did. That was another thing that we all knew what she did. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like she was cold with it. She didn't. She took it personally. She wanted to get that big win. Now she got a big win later with Amazon. But yeah, no, she didn't win. She didn't lose most of her cases. She lost cases, but she didn't lose most of her cases. But she wanted that big signature win, and she got it off of the Amazon thing. She got it off of 2. I forgot there was 2 big mergers, and she blocked those, and then she went after Amazon for something with like overcharging people or something like that. She got 2 big wins at the end, but she wanted that Microsoft deal. She wanted that on her resume. Big time. And the CMA was like, we could do it. We can work it out. But they made it difficult. So, I mean, how if they just let everything go, how the situation could have worked out for Microsoft and the Activision deal today, I don't know. I mean, as an Xbox fan, do I regret? No. I mean, I think it's cool. I'm like, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, now go for the little stuff. You got the big fish. Now go for the little stuff. Go for a couple of little small companies and then get it. Because, what I'm saying? I wanted Warner Brothers, but, because the whole thought of Shadow of Mordor, that engine, all that. Like, what I'm saying? And you got Batman and all that. That would be great. Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. But yeah, no, it is what it is. Like, I mean, I get to play Call of Duty through Game Pass if I choose to. If I want to just pay the $30 and the $30 extra to sit there and to have the Ultimate Edition, or if I want to pay the $120 to have the whole game, I got that option. Or I'll get a discount off of Game Pass. Listen, I still see the value, and I don't know, man. I don't know. If other people don't, then they don't. Not my problem. Not my problem, or not my. Yeah, I just don't care. I just know what I'm going to do. You do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I got called a corporate this and that and all that. Oh, you. What are you talking about? What is happening here? I'm seeing value. If you don't see it, I'm not telling you to do it. I don't ever tell people to do what I do. I just give you my suggestions. That's it. I don't know. People get erratic sometimes. It's so angry. Anyway, let's see. Rain said, "See, I don't care what companies do or don't do. This is not new companies. Do they? I'm not losing sleep. No, I don't. I'm not losing. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not losing sleep. If Microsoft goes away, I mean not Microsoft, but if Xbox gets shut down, right? Like they just shut. I'll be sad about that. I'll be like, damn, what? What happened? How did it get this bad for them to go away, right? Or if they get sold off to somebody or something like that. Like, damn, you know what I mean? Shit. You know what I'm saying? Are they still going to keep the old staff, or, you know what I'm saying, are they transferring over? I mean, you would think by that point, like if something like that happened, like Phil would retire for sure. Aaron Greenberg would probably be done too, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, what would happen to Sarah Bond, Matt Booty, stuff like that? Would they still keep them? Well, what will they do? Stuff like that. That's what the stuff I would be concerned about in that sense, because I don't like people losing their jobs or whatever. But if, let's say that they sold it to Amazon or something, right, like that, or Apple, right? And they went their way, and then let's say they kept some of the staff, and then there's turnover, and then it's Xbox, it's Xbox Apple. Okay, what games y'all working on? What you know what I'm saying? And listen, oh my God, and just think if Apple had the opportunity to have control of Game Pass, the way that they monetize and rip their customers through the coals with their iPhones. Oh my goodness, ay. So anyway, so again, that's why I tell people don't you keep wishing for the bad stuff. Don't think that PlayStation and Nintendo is going to just get better and more consumer friendly if Xbox is gone, right? Or if Game Pass is gone. You think that the industry is going to be more consumer friendly? Man. Anyway, let's keep it warm. Let's see. He was talking about clickbait. K Mega big win to capitalism when the elites profit off of the broke ninjas, brother. That's it. And then when you got all these people that's over here just over here talking about this, that, and the third, like they'll say, oh, you're shilling for Microsoft, man, and then they're over here, man, that $10 extra for a game ain't gonna break you. PlayStation's doing the right thing. Oh my goodness. I'll just be like, oh my land. Anyway, let's see. The ABK deal should have never went through. And there's a lot of, I don't know if there's a lot of people, but I know there's people that's having a change of heart of it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I was not talking Game Pass. I was speaking they're talking to each other. Sorry about that. They made $6 billion and then hiked up the price again. No, that's a bad look. No, but you know what? Companies do that shit all the time. It is so disgusting. Like, because of their analytics. Like, again, if they lost, it makes perfect sense. They lost $300 million off of Call of Duty. They're like, okay, bump it up $10. Let's recoup that money. And then, you know, they've had those discussions that they would lose Game Pass customers. But this is the thing. It's no different than Netflix. They're taking the Netflix model. Netflix does the same thing. They'll do something. They'll lose certain shows, and then there'll be people that's in uproar. That some of the shows some of the new show content that they bring is looked at as bad and not good. The quality's not there, and this, that, and the third. And then people will leave in droves. Then Netflix does it again. They have done this for a minute. How many times have people said that they've unsubscribed and people been waiting for Netflix to be on its deathbed, swearing that they're done, they're cooked. And then lo and behold, they'll bring some heat and people can't resist. And then they'll bring a lot of heat. You know, it's kind of like what they did. They start bringing the anime stuff and start live action anime stuff and all different types of, like, the cyberpunk stuff. I remember there was like that whole thing where then kind of like that same year time frame where it was reported they lost like millions of subscribers, and then they brought like the cyberpunk series and they brought all these other live, you know, and then people was talking about laughing at Netflix for doing a live action One Piece and all. Then it started getting hot, and they just started having other shows and other shows and other shows and all that, and then here they go again. And like I said, you look at the stock market and look at how much Netflix is worth. It is insane. It is insane per share. And so I'm just like, yo. So Xbox is doing the same thing. So what's this telling me? Is a theory. Game Pass is going to be even more ridiculous next year. Because we already know the first party of Xbox is going to be great, despite we don't have Perfect Dark coming. But you're going to have Fable. You're going to have a new Forza Horizon. You're going to have the Halo game coming out. You might have multiple Halo content coming out. And whatever else that's going to be dropping. Clockwork Revolution. That's going to be dropping. Like, and whatever else that they're going to pick up that's going to be like a third party, like, you know, kind of like Ninja Gaiden or something like that. Like, what's it's telling me is that they're going to be even more crazy with the games. Like, and you got Fable as well going to be. Yeah, no. And then, oh yeah, and the Gears game, the Gears game is coming, and then you're going to have another Call of Duty. So, and then by this time, Battlefield 6 is going to be rolled through EA Play, so people can play it on Game Pass. The you know what I'm saying, college football will be rolling in, Madden will be rolling in, NBA 2K will be rolling in sometime early next year, and the cycle comes back. And so then you're going to be looking at like, okay, so Xbox is like, okay, yeah, you know, play this version of, you know, Forza Horizon 6, and people are out here doing all this counseling and stuff like that. And then let's just say that it's gonna, you know, you're gonna have Grand Theft Auto coming out next year, and you're gonna have some other great titles that's gonna be coming out next year. Like, I mean, that one game that's coming out on PlayStation, and what is it? Phantom Zero, I think that's what's called. It's something Phantom something. That game looks incredibly dope. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to get, man, it's going to be a crazy year next year. And there's going to be games that's going to be dropping, and they're going to be dropping and all at the same time. And there you go. Damn, I don't want to pay this $30, but all Xbox got to do is roll out the content, man. That's all they got to do is roll out the content. And don't forget to hit, and please, people, don't forget to hit that like button. Hit the like button or hit the dislike button. That's what we need to. That's what needs to happen. We need to do that more often. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all in here, man. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button. Whatever the case may be. But we need to do that. Generate that algorithm, that stupid algorithm that's going on. We need to do that. All right, I appreciate it if you do. If you don't, I can't do shit to you. Appreciate you here though. Anyway, so let's see. I'm gonna read some more. Let's see. Shane G says facts. For the target range, he says facts. He says as Microsoft shareholder, Xbox better not take no fucking loss, so broke ass gamers can still play games day one for dirt cheap. It's an option if you are too poor. Just cancel. Problem solved. That's how I'm pretty sure those meetings were. And listen, we've sit here and we've talked about it, and like Amy Hood is probably, you will probably go down in infamy as probably the least liked Xbox staffer, but she don't play. She ain't playing. Or I should say Microsoft staffer. But she don't play. And maybe they thought that maybe there'll be some grace. Amy Hood said, there ain't no grace. We did what you asked. Now you're gonna have to pay in full. We gonna want our money, and I'm sure that they've made quite a bit of that money back. I know I'm not saying that they made it all back by now, but I'm sure that, especially off of what the success of Minecraft and everything else. But until they get that money paid off, just all they want to put mostly all their money into this AI stuff. Yeah, nah, Jack. Nope, they ain't playing around. So So Same G says he says he don't play on console, so it's irrelevant to him. Jay Slayer says I think gaming is getting cheaper. All you need to do is buy a platform and then buy free to play games with no online charge. They're showing high quality. They're showing high quality free to play games without gotcha too now. So yeah, see, and that's another thing too. But see, other gamers hate free to play games because they feel that was what kind of sparked this whole, not the loot boxes, but the whole, like, the way that they do seasons and this overcharging and the price up because free to play games has generated so much money. The single player games want to find a way to try to generate money. They know they can't ever generate money like an online game, especially if it's a successful online game. But they want to try to get there, like try to get in there and look at try to find a way to make as much money as possible. So listen, I'm not caring how you game. And I ain't knocking the hustle. That's how I look at. For me, that's what I'm saying. I look at Game Pass as a part of the hustle. I'm like, you know what? I'm playing all these games. I'm doing this. Like, again, I sit there and I told you guys I was not buying Battlefield 6 because of how egregious Battlefield 2042 was. I sit there and bought the Ultimate, the Shut Up Edition, and I'm sitting here excited, like, oh, I get to play it 5 days early. And then that game was unplayable until it was released on everywhere. Until it released every day. So I wasted money on that. Then the game didn't have no proper content. Just awful. So yeah, no, I'm going to talk about Battlefield 6 here in a second, but it's just like, no, I meant what I said. EA Play to the rescue. And then once I sit here and see, because I see they got a season thing going around, like I said, I'm going to talk about it, but yeah, and then I will go ahead and I'm like, okay, we back on floppy. We back on floppy now. Okay, my love for Battlefield is back. But nah, you can't burn me like that. Like, no way, Jack. No. And so that's what I'm saying. These services, man, I love them. I love them. And I still buy my games. But, but you know what I'm saying? But I'm being way more cautious about stuff. So if people do a free to play games, like, what was it? Zenless Zero or whatever that game, Zone Zero, whatever that game is. It's really dope. I played it, and Withering Waves, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, man. Oh no, those are dope. They're dope, but they're so time consuming. And I know our girl, you know what I'm saying, Curie, she's all about Genshin Impact. So like, yeah, no, those are great games. That the quality of those games. I mean, I think what the standard was kind of what oh my goodness, I can't think of it. It launched with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. It was as a free to play. It was a shooter. I don't hear too much about that game now. I know that people still play it, but anyway, that was kind of like the standard. And then now you start seeing more and more of these developers really putting in love behind these free to play games. So I'm not mad at you about it. No. Do what you got to do. He says, I'm not dying on a hill. Why won't PlayStation give me the option to spend $30 and play Ghost of Yote day one for $30? Why? Because they can't sustain that. PlayStation don't have no money like that, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. The old heads, the old guard looks at it as money first, and they want to capitalize on making more money than they possibly can. What you get from and this is so rich. I was seeing J-Dub, J-Dub, the PlayStation, the stand. He over there bragging about PlayStation Plus and the games that they dropped. Now they dropped a nice lick. Like it was Silent Hill, and Alan Wake 2 and The Last of Us 2. Oh, that's a good lick. But I'm like, oh, now you about services now, huh? Did you buy all three of those games, sir? Because I mean, that's what you was telling us, Xbox gamers. Now you're over here telling, but I know he's a troll. You know what I'm saying? He's a troll. So, but I found that was funny. I was like, look at this, man. I was like, man, just so messy. The net is not a real place, as I say. I think gaming is getting okay. That's what you're saying. Gaming getting cheaper. Yes, the poor shaming, the favorite weapon from PlayStation gamers, and now Xbox is using it. Yeah, it is. Poor shaming is definitely a thing. Poor shaming is definitely a thing. You can poor shame me all you want to. Long as Game Pass is here, baby, I'm making it happen. Now and again, let's say this. Let's say Game Pass goes up another $10. Well, then that's when we got to look at things differently. What games are you pumping out? Because if you know what I'm saying, because then that's when I'm looking at you different. But you know what? I'm still not going to stop having Game Pass. I'm just going to drop down to the lower tier. I can wait. I'll start doing the same thing that I did with PlayStation games. I can wait. I got a huge library of games. This makes me just jump in and start playing the stuff that I haven't played yet. And then I'll just wait. Ooh, look at this. It's right here in my lap, 6-7 months, a year later. Okay. Ooh, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm not even playing with these folks with this, man. You think I'm gonna sit here and over here and try to high side and talk about I'm gonna spend? I did the tally last week of 14 games ranging from $20 to $70. I didn't even do Ultimate Edition. And I did more $20 games, $20 and $30 games than I did of $70 games. And it still came up to over $2,000. Come on now. No. You do that. I won't. What up, Verge? He's like, so Shane G is on some. He's on his demon arc right now. He says, "I'm sorry, the people that can't afford it probably shouldn't be expected to get to play COD on day one, or any video games on day one. Let's get our priorities straight. Gaming is not a charity." Man, you on your demon mode, but I mean, that's true. I mean, it's harsh, but it's not. He ain't lying. And listen, we've talked about this years ago. Matter of fact, when we started finding out about stuff with the before the consoles came out, and when Xbox was bringing out that the extra little hard drive. And you know what I'm saying, the portable little hard drive thing or memory thing or whatever, the memory card. And so like, and we was like, and I was arguing with Lemon about this, and Lemon was like, "Nah, bro, it's gonna be way cheaper. It's gonna be way more expensive than that." I'm like, "Nah, they ain't gonna hit us over the head like that." Nope. Him and it was him, PK. I'm wondering if Which Color was on that podcast, was on that episode of GRG2. I don't know. Anyway, they were right. I was way wrong. I was thinking like Xbox, like, no, it's gonna be what, 99? Nope, sure not. That shit was high. I was crying like a baby when I went to go to Best Buy to buy it. Like, Argh. And so then, you know, and PlayStation gamers had the right to clown, but at the same time, yes, you can get cheaper versions of you know, and put that in there and add more memory, add more storage into your memory. But then PlayStation was like, you break that seal, that console is your responsibility, knowing that they was having that issue where those consoles was getting hot too quick. So they were like, nah. So yeah, man, even though they gave you they told you you can do it, you can go and buy, you can go buy SSD. You know what I'm saying? You can go buy SSD, but yet you open up and crack that seal, and something happens to your to your PlayStation 5, you cook, buddy. Yeah. So anyway, but still, it was cheaper to do it that way, and even though it's gone down quite a bit, those memory cards for Xbox, but still, still. So yeah, they are pricing out. So yeah, you in your demon mode, but I mean, that is the truth. Everybody's upset with Xbox going up $30, but are fine with PlayStation charging you $10 for an upgrade. Like that's the stuff that I'm saying. Like if they like something, they don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about the other stuff. That's why when Xbox does something fantastic, it's crazy. Xbox always give them a opportunity to get the heat off of them. off of what PlayStation's doing or what Nintendo's doing or what PC is doing or whatever. Like there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's going on, especially on PC, in regards to there's games that could infiltrate and steal your money. Like you can download a certain game. Like, but see, I don't fool with Bitcoin or nothing like that. But there was a guy that had cancer, and he was asked to play this certain game, for just purposes of I think it was like one of those things where it's like because that's happened that I get free games too, like that, to where they want you to promote those games, right? And so the dude did it. The game company themselves did not know what was going on. They weren't the ones that ripped the guy off. It was how the game got shipped through Steam some kind of way that hackers went through and did this and went through and found out all this guy's information. And the guy showed the game all, played it. It was just a regular little simple game. And then he comes back and he's lost like, I think an equivalent of $30,000 in Bitcoin. Like, nuts. And dude was crying, and it was just horrific. Like, see, stuff like that is what we need to be talking about, not about hypotheticals about since like Crispy was talking about hypotheticals, that's or rumors or theories if Xbox is going to make another console. That's the stuff that needs to be widespread all across gaming. It's like, yo, watch out for these people out here hacking and looking to try to take shit from you. And that dude lost their money, but luckily the video game company reimbursed the money, and maybe it gave him a little bit more or whatever, but he got his money back. Thank goodness. But there are games on Steam that's good that does that. Like Steam is so massive. Like nobody knows what and it's like, that's why, and you got people that don't like these anti-cheats and all these other forms of software to defend, but you're gonna have, and so now people are gonna have to make sure that they have the proper stuff to look to see if they got any type of Trojans or malware, because they're stealing shit off of you. Like it's nuts, man. It's nuts. So that's the type of stuff that needs to be talked about more often. Not about Xbox. Not about Xbox if they're going to make another console or not. Now the stuff with the extra $10 for Game Pass, yes, that definitely needs to be talked about. But some of this other stuff is just so asinine. But yes, everybody's priced out. There's a price limit, and it seems like that the $10 extra for, or that $30 is pricing people out, which is fine. What I don't understand is why people won't say, okay, well, and see, that's the thing to me that bugs me. That's why I'm not here to high side. I'm here to keep it 1,000 with you. If they raise it another $10, okay, Xbox, thank you, I appreciate it, but now I can't no longer use your top tier, your top tier service. I'm gonna drop down. I'm still going to keep Game Pass, but I'm going to drop down. And let somebody come and say, oh, man, you cheap. You sit here, you do this shit. Yep. You're damn right. Why don't you just get rid of game? What for? I'll still get to play those games later. I don't need, listen, what's this teaching me is teaching me about FOMO. That's what this is teaching me. I don't need FOMO. I'm good. I don't need it right now. That's what it's telling me. So I'll just drop down. Hell, if I get too comfortable, I might go all the way there. Might drop to get to $10. Let's do the $10. Let's get down and dirty, and then I'll just sit here and just be comfortable. But to just completely walk away from it. Now, again, like I said, if you're doing this for a purpose of trying to make people think, I'm trying to make Microsoft rethink this, I get that, right? But just stand on that. Say, until you do right by the gamers and drop this down $5 to $25.99 or $24.99, I can't have the service. Then say that. But don't come up here and say, I'm going to buy me a PlayStation or I'm finna get this and restart my PlayStation library. You know what them execs is looking at you like, oh, sure. You can't afford, and that's in the part where Shane G, which I said, was diabolical. It was a diabolical message, but it's true. Those executives looking at you, sure, you can't afford $30, but yet you're going to restart your whole library on PlayStation? Yeah, it's not happening. So I'd rather people stand on business on that. Like, listen, I'm protesting against this $30 till you do right by the gamers. I can't no longer have Game Pass. Then I'm like, listen, hey, stand on your business. I'm with people saying being honest like that. Not this whole thing. I'm finna jump on Nintendo or this or that. Or I'm finna go buy me I'm gonna go buy and make me a $3,000 PC. Hell, if you want the max shit for what you can do with a PC now, it's upwards of $4,000. But yet you talking about $10 extra for a service when you got an option to just drop down to the service and just wait. So yeah. And then what you're gonna do then? What's gonna happen then when the games when they start raising games up to $80 standard? You're putting your own self in a box. Yes, thank you, Big Bad Mo. Zenless Zone Zero. I knew it was a lot of Z's in that game. It's a really good game. It's a really fun game. I just don't have time. I just don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to play all that because that's a time suck game. You know what I'm saying? And that's a game that's going to sit there and just because I played it and I'm like, oh my goodness, okay. All right, here we go. And I'm into it and then again, my ADD kicks in. I'm like, oh man, I got to go back and I got to play some fighter, or I got to go and play college football. Right now, I've just been playing the hell out of college football. I'm trying to win the national championship. So I got close to the national championship with a lot of 3 stars, 2 stars, and I got one 4-star, a couple of 4 stars, and we was 1 game away from getting to the national championship and lost to Nebraska by 3. It was 31-33. They kicked the game-winning field goal. It hurt. So now there's revenge on my mind. Now I got me some 5 stars. I got some blue chippers. The draft portal has been excellent. Only thing that I didn't like is that my quarterback left, man, because he said, because I'm playing with OSU now. And he's like, it ain't enough bright lights, man. I got to go where I can get more branding. And I'm like, oh, because, man, I had him cooking. Now, I got this guy from the portal. He's a lefty. He's all right. He can't run it like my last quarterback, but we winning right now. We 4-0 right now. So anyway, let's see. Let's read some more of this. It says Battlefield 6 will have a free battle royale. Oh, is that battle royale free? Okay, I'm going to talk about Battlefield 6. Okay, so enough of that about Xbox and all that stuff. I mean, let's move on. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, so Battlefield 6. There's information that's come out about Battlefield 6. Like, okay, so it's coming out here in a couple of days. They did do some changes to the. They did do some changes with the the speed of the vehicles. There was people that was trying. The only vehicles I did was land. I've never been good with the helicopter. I at one point in time in Battlefield 4, I could manage to fly it and move around pretty good with it. With the helicopter, that's as far as it goes. I never try to mess with the jet. I never try to mess with the jet. Like that's just too much for me. So I like to stay on the ground. I'm a grunt. I'll just sit there and get out there, get me in a tank, and then I'll get busy, or a Jeep or something and ride around, or just let me run on boots on the ground because no. But all the vehicles, they were saying that the vehicles, all vehicles were a little bit too slow. I thought the tank was fine. They did say that the assist guns on the tanks was a little bit OP. I thought that they were perfect. Again, you're in a tank. The tank is supposed to be a nightmare. It's a Hulk coming at you. Yeah, it's supposed to be OP. So just like when somebody knows how to fly a jet or know how to fly those helicopters, they're nightmares. So Right. Also, they're going to be doing. They're going to make it more difficult to spot the sniper. They're going to take them gleams out. Now, I did think that the gleams were a little bit too ridiculous. Like, especially when you seen on the big maps on that one particular map where you just look and see all those snipers just waiting. But I think that's going to piss some people off. But I think that that's fine because I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be just like it always is. You get caught slipping, so if you're not paying attention, if you're not looking and seeing that little gleam, that's before they pop at you. So that's a good look. Also, player movement will be a little bit slower. Not like crazy slower, but they're going to stop all that jumping and stuff. So I did think that was ridiculous because I'm like, this is not Halo. This is damn sure not Call of Duty. Why is these people just jumping up and down and getting rewarded? I'm shooting you all in your legs and your groin. You should already be cooked just from that alone. But you're jumping and sliding and moving. They nerfed that completely. So and then they also slowed down the character. So that should be good. Let's see. The season pass. They're doing the season pass really early. They do have that part is solid. They will have the first season. Well, the first season, not season pass, but the first season kind of drop content will be on the 28th of October, which is not long at all. Like they so learned from their mistakes from Battlefield 2042. I'm that has me ecstatic. So the 28th, then there's something every month, and there's not only that, but there's new maps every month, and then of course, like what I've just read about, and I didn't know this part, but I knew that I've heard that the battle royale is really good. I'm not into battle royale like that, but I did hear this with the battle royale is that okay, like. The ring, when you are outside the ring, you usually lose your health pretty fast. Nah, not in this one. If you are outside the ring, you die instantly. It's an instant KO. You're out of there, Jack. So that adds a lot more suspense to it. It sounds interesting. Plus, the destruction in the game is going to be immense from what the people who's already played the game has said. So in the Battle Royale, whole buildings can fall. So I would probably just play it to see that. Because I love the destruction in Battlefield, so that's good that they're doing that. They I already talked about the weapons. I talked about the content. There was one more other thing. Oh yeah, the story mode. I've heard mixed things about the story mode. Like I watched, and I don't always agree with Big Fry on everything, but I just wanted to hear his point of view on that. And he said it sucked, but there's mixed the same things about like people saying that the characters in the game they're kind of generic. It's not really, and it's a war game. So again, as long as it's got some fast pumping action, I'm not expecting a top notch performance. Now again, there has been some solid Call of Duty stories, some fantastic ones. And Battlefield has had some great stories as well. So, but I'm not, for them to rebring the story back is good enough. I'm not going to go overly crazy about that or whatever. Also, they're going to be they're going to be adding some ladders to I don't know which group of people will which I could say not group of people, which like if it's going to be a recon or whatever. I don't know which group of people will have that. I can't think of the name right now. You got to get me on that. For like, assault, recon, stuff with medic, I don't know which one it'll be on, but they will have a ladder that they can climb up on top to get on top of buildings and kind of bust through windows and stuff like that. That will be nuts. That would be crazy. That definitely will be a big change with it as well. So it sounds, Battlefield 6 sounds fantastic. It sounds fantastic. I had fun playing it. I thought it was a little crazy at some points. It was almost like I was shooting. I had to reload a whole clip. Hopefully that gets patched up. They said that's seemed to be ironed out. Also, There is no servers. That you don't get the servers like you could used to get to where people could have their own server. They could rent them out, and then they could just kind of have their own group people. And I think that for bringing this game back, trying to get people to be involved into it, I think that's a smart idea for them not to have those browser servers. That's what they're called, the browser server, because of the fact of you're already separating yourself because maybe you feel like you're just too good. No, just everybody in the community, and then you gain more people, and then like maybe in like a year or two, I would say maybe about a year or two. Then you bring those browser servers, and then at that point, then you can just build on your communities, set the maps that you like, stuff like that. I mean, I thought that I wanted them to bring that back. And matter of fact, that's what when I jump and I play on Battlefield Hardline, it's off of a browser server. So and so they have all the maps in there, which is great. So they're good for that. But I would think to wait when people will start dying down and they'll be going to the next game, to the next shooter, because that's the one thing about shooting games, that people will stay there for probably the first 6 months, but they don't really stay there heavily for a full year. You know, Call of Duty is a little different, but even they have people that falls off heavily, probably like after the second season. So then after that, when they probably are starting their third season, maybe their fourth season, then that's when you probably bring the server browser. But that's just my opinion on that. All right. So, but it sounds really good. Big Mamo said 2K6 has got the hooks in them. It says taking the Grizzlies to the finals is my goal. Was in last place for a long time, but we fought back, and now we're fifth seed playing on Hall of Fame. Ooh, man, you over there, you balling right now. You over here doing the Lord's work over there. I I will get back on 2K at some point. I think that I've already got the season done for season 1. I don't. Season 2 is going to start pretty soon. That's probably when I'll jump back on, look and see for some more cards. I like that my team. It was real fun. And then I'll start working. Then probably maybe by when the football is getting ready to wrap up, I'll start doing the association part, start building up on. But it's already crazy because my Thunder has already won. But you know what I'm saying, I got to stay with my squad. So yeah. He says, Richie says, many dislike those Chinese anime games, but I love them. They are the real play anywhere titles. PC, mobile, console, and cloud. You can play them everywhere. Yeah, no, I love play anywhere. That's another thing too. Like, I read that Tactics was not a play anywhere title. That is very odd. I don't know what's the reason for that, but yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics, that's kind of odd. You would think that would be perfect for that game to be a play anywhere title, but I don't know. That man talking about his Raiders. Yeah, your Raiders did get cooked, but I can't say nothing. My Rams lost to those 49ers, and they should be undefeated right now. They played like mud last week, and they just gave the Eagles. I'm glad the Eagles lost, but my Rams has really been pissing me off the last week, and it's just a heartbreaker for the Eagles game. But anyway, now to Call of Duty. Okay, so Call of Duty, the beta's out. Again, if you got Game Pass, you can play it. And so my thoughts on it, I like it. It's really smooth. Actually, I think that Black Ops 6 is perfect, but this game is so fast. The only thing, and that's probably that's a me problem right now, is that the wall running. It seems like you just jump off the wall, not run, kind of like Titanfall. So, or like in like you could in Infinite Warfare. So and that could be me. Maybe I need to hold it down. I did the tutorial, just kind of get out of it. I was half in it. I just wanted to get through it so I could play the game. But I love the weapons. I like the. It's kind of crazy because you got multiple things going on with your skills, with your skills, and so I like that little whatever thing that you put down and it shins out these little drones to go hunt people. I like that. Um, yeah, no, it's real fun. It's real fun. I'm going to probably play some of that here later on. I'm going to play that, and I'm going to play this fighter here tonight. But yeah, that just I might stream a little bit of that fighter tonight. I might. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. It's already 5:30. So anyway, let's see. What you buying this Prime Day? Right now, I'm resupplying on CR 2032 in 9-volt batteries. Gotta keep to the smoke detectors and key and car keys alive. Yeah, you know what? My other second truck key thing is messed up too. So I need to look into that. See how much it is. I need to see. I need to because that's when I go walking, I don't want to take my big thing of keys because I'm walking in my pocket and just shaking like I got change in my pocket. So I use my second one, but it's but that the batteries are out on that, so I need to look into that. Anyway, but Call of Duty Call of Duty is cool. He says it's a walk jump, not a wall run. So that's based. So it's just okay. So it's just a walk jump. Okay, so because I've jumped off of it, but I don't know if I like that. I want a wall run. But still, I've got me a couple of kills off of that. I think that's pretty slick. Like you jump around somebody and then you can jump again and then you can light their ass up. And that's what I'm saying. Like the controls is just so crisp. They have mastered their controls. Call of Duty has mastered that. Activision has mastered, or the studio that's made this Call of Duty, they've mastered the controls. They feel absolutely incredible. I like the maps that I played. I don't see anything too wrong with it. I mean, it's Call of Duty, you know what I mean? So like, but it's just more Call of Duty. I'm wondering about the story. That might be that looks like that's going to be pretty interesting. But I definitely am going to enjoy it. I'm going to get the Ultimate Edition of it. So I already knew I was, but and then we're going to see. We'll see how far I can get into that. I still got to finish the rest of the season in Black Ops 6, so before November, so I can go ahead and finish because I'm over halfway there for the final season, and so I really enjoy this COD. And then lastly, it's Halo. I seen somebody post this, and it really, 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 really disturbed me because somebody said, in 2016, Doom had a fast walk and you felt like you was running. That's what hopefully that's what they do with this new Halo remake or whatever Halo this is going to be. Most likely I think it is going to be the Halo remake. And I just sat there and I thought about that. And I said, this man is talking about something that happened, a game that came out 9 years ago. That was almost a decade ago. And then I'm just reading the comments and I'm just seeing people like, if they put sprint in the game, I'm through. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not playing it. I'm like, you guys are still on this? And you are the guys that you want 343 to keep listening to. They gave you the perfect setup for Halo Infinite. And I said, see, 343 is not going to get enough credit because they blended in the old nostalgia look and feel of other Halo. They just added the sprint. They just added a clamber, or just crawling up something. And again, they still weren't satisfied. They don't want none of that. And I'm like, man, that's bizarre and that's crazy. I'm like, man, that's when I'm just kind of like, man, Halo, just do what you do. I don't care what you do. Because, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You had people, they listened to y'all and then y'all made Halo 5 into a redheaded stepchild. When Halo 5 had the best multiplayer that Halo's ever had. It's one of the best multiplayers ever made. And they give you a proper balance and makes it so nostalgic, but it's still, with a run, and that still wasn't enough. That still wasn't enough. And I'm just like, man, I hope that it has, because it said it was going to have sprinting in there and all that. They can't. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, and it's wild to me. But I just feel I'm looking forward to finding out what they're going to do. I think it's what the 28th of this month or something like that. It's the 20 something when the Halo uh, championships kick in. So yeah, I'll be checking it out. I'll sit there and be watching it on Twitch, man. Sitting there and seeing what new news that they're going to be doing, seeing anything, and then that might be giving me the excitement to jump back on some Halo Infinite. So, because like I said, I haven't played Halo Infinite, and I say that every time. Every time I'm talking about Halo, I'm like, man, I got to get in and play with some Halo Infinite. So maybe I might try to. I'll definitely make an effort to put some time in for some Halo Infinite this week, for sure. So anyway, that's about it for everything, guys. I just wanted to chop it up with you. Um, oh yeah, yeah. Oh, so Big Man Mo, you like Halo Infinite better, but you do miss Warzone. Like, I, I mean, Halo 5 was everything to me, so I don't like it better than Halo 5, but I do like it. I think Halo Infinite is, like I said, it gave the best of both worlds, and the controls are crisp. It's incredible. I know it had the desync issues, but they cleaned that up the last time I played it, and yeah, you just needed a war zone. Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Okay, so also Battlefield 6 is adding this thing called the portal. And the portal is like Halo's Forge. That looks nuts. So yeah. That's nuts, and that's going to be nuts. But yeah, like in all the maps, and I seen people like there was like I was going through and I was just read some more stuff about the latest content that came through Halo, and there was people that was excited about it, but then there was this whole group of people that was just upset about the custom maps. Like I mean, I don't know. The Halo community is it to me do a lot of whining. I don't know what honestly I don't know what they want. Well I know they want Halo 1, 2, and 3. You're never going to get that again. You got the Master Chief Collection. You can't want a game to play like that. That's why I was just like Forge. That's where Forge comes in. You could have all of that, but they're not satisfied with that. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. Halo Infinite ranked is all I do. Oh yeah. Halo ranked, yeah. When I was playing that. I was playing that like with me. Yeah, when I would jump in, and me and Don would play all the time. Yeah, no. I played rank a lot. I just like I said, I haven't played it so long. It's been a minute, but I gotta show some love for the Halo, for my favorite franchise. So my second favorite franchise. Tekken is my favorite franchise of all time, but still. Anyway, all right, guys, let me go ahead and get out of here. I yapped at y'all enough, so really do appreciate y'all coming through. He says, yeah, I don't want to know. He says, yeah, they don't know what they want. They don't. They're never satisfied. Even if they brought Halo if they brought Halo 1 as Halo 1, they still would not be satisfied with it. There would be something wrong with it. So 343, just do you. Anyway, that's why the Halo fell stagnant, because of the community. Absolutely, that's it. That's the reason. That's the reason. That is the reason. So, all right, guys, I will see you guys here Thursday. If I stream, I'll stream some 2X KO. If I don't, you'll see me Thursday. I'll stream for sure Thursday. So yeah, you'll catch me then. Really do appreciate it. If I don't stream tonight, I might stream tomorrow. I think I might do that. If I don't stream tonight. So because I already did this, and I started a little bit later than what I did. So anyway, but thank you guys for coming through, and as always, sticking around, listening to me. Yeah. Let me read this comment. He says, if they raise it another $10, they better add DLCs to the list. They would have to. They would, I mean, in EA Play and Ubisoft Plus, all that has to come day one. Like if they made it $40 a month, you would have to get substantially better. Like that would be you would still, if they would dare start to charge you another $30, and you, man, nah. that's about it, Jack. Yeah, that's what I said. I'll just go to the lower tier. I'm not tripping about that. But all right, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Peace. I gotta find the button. Here we go.